Well, we're underneath the hood of our 1969 Camaro big block convertible. Going to point out all the features that we have on the vehicle that I can just see. This is the first time I'm looking at it, the same as you. It does have an little block oval port intake manifold, aluminum intake manifold, vacuum Holley carburetor. I don't know what size, but I'm going to assume it's probably a 650 or larger. Does have the correct style valve pan covers that belong on this vehicle. It is a 512 block, which means that this particular engine started life as at least a 427. It's probably a 454 in this configuration, but we have no way of absolutely knowing without pulling an engine down and measuring the bore-stroke ratio to it. So we're going to say it's a big block Chevy. It was at least a 427. It's probably a 454. It does have power steering. It does have power brakes on it. It has a large capacity, wide, big block radiator that belongs with it. It has a flex fan on it with a nice fan shroud to help cool the vehicle. The fender panels on the inside, the fender wells are the semi-flat black the way they should be. There is an auxiliary overflow tank instead of just a hose for the radiator. Brand new battery in it, chrome alternator, chrome pulley wheels on it, a set of long tube. They appear to be about an 1 7/8 inch, 1 3/4 inch, 7/8 long tube headers on them with some high temp coating on them. Real nice engine compartment. The heater hoses are not hooked up. They are there. It's a Florida vehicle, so 90% of these vehicles in Florida or any of the southern states that are warm, they immobilize the heater section of the vehicle, just because that eliminates that heat being in the engine compartment. If they had to be hooked up, we could probably hook them up for you if it's a northern sale for the car. Engine compartment's very nice and clean. It appears to have a new water pump. The motor has the appearance of being out of the vehicle and freshened up at some point fairly recently. Everything really looks good and fresh on it. Does have a updated billet distributor in it with some new fresh high silicone plug wires on it. Nice engine compartment. It's a nice presentation of a big block Chevy engine compartment. It looks really, really great, especially with all the chrome accents on it, chrome air cleaner, dual fuel line on it, chrome alternator, chrome valve pan covers, chrome oil dipstick, chrome strut supports on it. Nice car underneath the hood. Let's go around it and see what we can see. Hi, you're at Hankster's in Daytona Beach, Florida. And today we're going to present to you a 69 Camaro convertible. It is a big block car. It is a 4-speed car. Obviously it's blue, black, almost new convertible top on it. We're going to go over this vehicle together. It's the first time I've been over the vehicle myself. I have not driven it. We are going to do a test drive on it. So this is a presentation of what we see together on this vehicle. Anything that I see, I'm going to point out to you, whether it's positive or negative. I'm going to make a connotation as to whether it's good or something that we have to address. We make every attempt to show everything that we can on these vehicles, but we're dealing with 50-year-old plus vehicles here. These cars were never precision to begin with when they were produced new in the year, let alone now, 50-some years later. We make no representation of the car being absolutely flawless. There is no such thing as a perfect vehicle. A 488 Ferrari still has flaws in it. So does a new Porsche GT3. So we're going to go over this together. Anything that I see, I'm going to point out. Let's hope we don't find too many defaults in it, and we'll go from there. So let's get started. Correct style SS hood for 1969 in the car. The paint is really, really nice on the car. I don't see any imperfections in the paint whatsoever. The gaps on this hood are beautiful. We've been really lucking out. A lot of these Camaros and Chevrolets have really nice hood fitment lately. And our Mopars have been doing really well too. But you can see there's about a little over 1/8 of an inch gap the whole way around, and the fitment as far as to the fenders and to the front fascia area is all just as nice as you'd ever want to have. It's absolutely beautiful. The grading on the egg crates or ice cube trays or whatever you want to call them for the hood, the chrome is very, very nice on them. Usually these things are all pitted to heck and back. These aren't. These are very nice, nice set. Grill is plastic and all very nice. SS designation on the front, as you can see. Bezels around the headlights are very nice, not broken up or anything. Even your outer end grills are intact and very nice, not broken up. Yeah, this is very nice. Filler panel in the front. No marks or anything on it. No brakes or anything on our front spoiler. The parking lights, just as nice, as clean as could be. A little tiny bit of milkiness to the white lenses on them, but it adds to some of the originality. It's a nice set of lenses. You certainly would not replace them. Front valance, no dents or no pulls in it. Really nice front end of this car. Really, really nice. I like the fitment on it. I like the finish of this blue on it. I don't know what color it was originally. This may be the original color. I don't know. We didn't check that. But the car itself, fitment-wise on the front end, is absolutely beautiful. Let's see what's on the side. Okay, start at the front end. We do have the original hockey stick type striping on the 69s as they had them. 427 designation on the front of this, because that's what it may be. It may be a 454, but we know it is at least a 427 with a 512 casting block. Rally wheels, obviously, a great addition to this car with the correct 68, 69 hats on them with the flutes on them. Very nice addition to the car. I don't feel any. Wheel lip molding is really nice. No dents or marks or anything on it. Fitment from the front fender to the door is the same way. Very, very nice. Correct wiper arms. Incorrect blades. They're a newer design blade. Not sure the manufacturer, Anco maybe. Tinted front windshield. The trim around the windshield itself is very, very nice. See the marks. One little dingy here. Something hit right here. Something fell on it. There's a little mark. You won't see it, but it's there. Correct mirror for a 1969 Camaro. The wipes. The window wipes. Tell you what, they appear to be original, but they don't need replaced. They're very, very nice condition, extremely nice condition. Again, the striping continuing onto the door. Rocker panel molding very straight. I don't see any deviations in it or any dents or anything in it. Door handles appear to be original. A little tiny bit of wear in the chrome of them, but nothing that would designate that you would replace them. But this is really nice. I mean, this is for a Camaro. This is really great. The fitment of the front fender to the door to the quarter panel. You're not going to get any better than that. That's as good as it's ever going to be. Top. Might be a year or two old, I don't really know. The bow on the top here needs to be reattached. Some of the staples are coming loose from it. That needs to be addressed. Glass back window, the fold on it is nice yet. It's not cracked or broken. The well area is still intact. Trim around the back of the convertible top is good. The scoop area on the side, the chrome is really, really nice on it. Not pitted up any, absolutely none. Wheel lip molding again on the quarter panel is nice. Sharp tin. Be interested to see once we get under it. We can take a look to see if there's anything that's been repaired or replaced. Quarter panel again, very nice. Very nice fitment, door, quarter, front fender, side marker lamps. Little tiny bit of patina on the chrome on the side marker lamps. Again, nothing that would cause you to go and replace it with a new one. It's just fine the way it is. Wider rallies in the back than they are in the front. They're probably a set of Corvette 8-inch in the back, and it looks more like 7 inches in the front. But nice driver's side of the Camaro. Let's see what's out back, see what we can find there for you. Okay, back end of our 69 Camaro convertible, big block, 4-speed car. Again, the paint on this thing is just really, really beautiful. Bear in mind, the only thing we did to this car so far is gave it a wash job, and we're presenting it to you right now, so we're going over it together. I didn't see any chips or marks or anything on that side. Paint on the trunk is absolutely gorgeous. Spoiler the same way. The spoiler fitment is absolutely beautiful. Tail lights are original. A little tiny bit of milkiness in the lenses themselves, but certainly nothing that you would ever replace them with. New ones. There's no reason to. The trim around them is very nice. Bumper fitment. There's no way that you could get a bumper to fit better than that bumper is fitting this car right now. There's absolutely no way. That is as good as it gets. I like that. SS 427. So I'm going to guess this guy is a 427 with a 512 block as opposed to a 454. But we don't know. So, you know, we do our best to assess the mechanicals of these vehicles. But again, you know, it's kind of abstract because without doing a bore-stroke ratio, there's really no way, just from the designation on the block, that you can determine what a Chevy engine is. Tailpipes come out just the way they should. Little bumperettes on the back are really nice. The rear valance on the vehicle is just as nice as you'd ever want. No pulls, no dings or anything in it. Chrome on the back bumper is just beautiful. Nice back end, nice driver's side. We got one more side to do. Let's see what we can find. Okay, passenger side of our 69 Camaro. Sharp tin. Still have not felt a ding or a mark or nothing, and I have not seen a chip yet either. Nice sharp fender lips on it. Trim around the convertible top, again the same as the other side, as nice as you'd want to have. Wipes, whiskers, again appear to be original, but you certainly wouldn't replace them. There's no reason. There's as good as new. Original door handle. No problems with the trim there. Look at this. This car's really, really nice. Can't believe it. Check up here. Same way. Tell you what, if you can find a nicer fitting 69 Camaro, let me know. This is as good as it gets for fitment doors. Rocker panel molding, same as the other side, just absolutely as new as could possibly be. Great addition. Passenger side, the right-hand mirror, so you can see where you're backing up. Trim around the windshield. Really nice. Again, a little cowl area, front fender. To the hood, you couldn't get any better than that. Absolutely no way. No marks on that wheel lip either, so we're 4 for 4 for condition of the wheel lips. Again, our 427 designation. We're kind of back up where we started the presentation. Really a nice car. I did not find, and you just watched me go over it, I didn't find a chip, I didn't find a mark, I didn't find anything. Again, we're not going to make any representation to say that this car is a perfect vehicle. There is no such thing as a perfect vehicle. Even a 488 Ferrari we can find flaws on. But the car is a very good representative of a 1969 Camaro big block convertible. It is a 4-speed car. It does have steering and brakes. I went over it. If I missed this chip or a mark or an imperfection somewhere, I apologize, but I did go over it with the best of my ability. And Devin's going to take a series of probably 90 photos of this car for you to examine it, high-resolution photos. I didn't find anything. The car is as nice aesthetically as you could probably ever find one. It's a beautiful 69 Camaro convertible. Sounds good. I haven't driven it. We're going to do that shortly. We're going to do an interior video for you right now, but this car is available at Hanksters in Daytona Beach, Florida. We haven't even put a price on it yet because we haven't determined exactly what we need for it yet. We haven't gone through the mechanicals on it. But this car is as nice a vehicle as you're ever going to find. I just went over it. You watched me do it. It's as good a vehicle as you could possibly find for a driver quality or better, somewhere thereabouts driver quality. We make no representation for this to be a 100-point show winner. It is not. But it is a lot of fun, and it's a very reasonably priced Camaro convertible. Take a look at it. You'll like it. Well, we're in our 69 Camaro big block 4-speed convertible. Blue, black top, black interior, Deluxe interior, really nice interior. It's the upgraded interior for the seats. Carpeting is very, very nice in the car. Looks really fresh. It's all new carpeting from what I can see. Door panels, both sides are very nice on the car. Even the trim, the metal trim around them is just as nice as sweet as can be. Your window cranks, openers are a real nice chrome finish on them yet. Front seats and back seats are like new conditions. Original style headrests on them yet. The pads inside the convertible top and the liner inside the convertible top also is just as new and fresh as you'd ever want it to be. The side panels in the rear seat, again, hey, we got ashtrays in the back again. Guys must be heavy burning back in. Window cranks again, and the bright trim on the window or on the side panels just as nice and sweet as could possibly be. Center console nice and solid. A quadrant of the optional gauges that was offered by General Motors on these vehicles. Hurst flat 4-speed shifter. It does have seat belts in the front, the correct ones. I do not see them in the back. They could possibly be behind the seat. I don't know. I have to have Rod take a look to see if they are. Dash pad, really nice. Forgot to mention the transition where the dashboard goes to the base of the windshield on this particular vehicle is really, really nice. It's really fresh looking. Most of these vehicles have some type of deterioration or some dirt and that in the base of the windshield. This one does not. It's very, very nice, fresh looking. Tachometer, because it does have the gauges there, the gas gauge now is down on the console as opposed to up in here. Does have a clock which is not working. Has speedometer, which we'll find out if it's working whenever we go for a ride. Aftermarket steering wheel, really nice steering wheel on this vehicle. Does have a tilt column in it. Aftermarket column, it's chrome. This would normally be painted black. Dashboard area is very clean, very nice. The radio is a Chevrolet bow tie style radio, aftermarket, so it's an AM FM with the digital display on it. All the trim around the windshield. Everything on this car inside is very, very nice. It presents itself extremely well. It's not a car that appears to have had a lot of wear through the years. The seats have been redone, I'm sure. They're all repadded and as nice and fresh and springy as you could ever hope. Does have a nice steering column with the tilt on it. It does have steering and brakes. It's a nice, nice car inside. It'd be hard-pressed to find one much nicer than this interior. It's really a nice-looking car, externally and internally. So now we have to do an undercarriage and a drive. Then you'll have a complete representation of the car, and you can make a decision. It's here at Hanksters, though. Take a look at it. Well, let's see what we got here. We have, in our 69 Camaro, we have a tilt steering wheel. We have a horn that does not function. We have a wipers that do function. We have a radio. It lights up. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but I'm sure it will function. At least it lights up. The tachometer works. You know what? The clock is working. Look, the clock is working. It is a working clock. We'll see the speedometer here in a moment. Turn signal to the left, flashing. Turn signal to the right, flashing. A little over a quarter of a tank of gas. Oil pressure is holding fine. About 50 pounds. Alternator is working. Temperature is not showing yet, but we just started it, so we'll see. Hopefully it'll come up. And we'll get in traffic here and sit for about a half an hour and see if we can get out of here. Up front, we're going to have to press something in the steering on it. The steering's a little vague. looks like it's going to rain. We're going to get this back in before it rains. Well, we're underneath our 69 blue Camaro big block 4-speed convertible. See what we can find under here. Newer idler arms. Fresh bushings on the sway bar. New sway bar links. Steering box is nice and fresh looking. The pitman arm is good, the idler arm is good. Engine, as you can see, is no drips, no seepage whatsoever. It looks like it's been out and freshly done. The paint and everything on the side of the motor is still fresh. Does have disc brakes in the front. Brand spanking new. Calipers, the rotors are the same way. They look like they were just done too. The backing plates still have the cadmium plating on them. New shocks in the front also. New hardware for the brakes. Ball joints look like they've been replaced recently also. They look very, very, very good. Again, no leaks on the bell housing area. You can see that. Or the transmission, which is an M21. 4-speed tranny in this particular vehicle. The headers transitioned into a set of two, I'm going to say 2 1/8 inch primary pipes that head toward the rear. Linkage is Hurst, and it's very clean and very nice. No leaks around the tail shaft. No leaks around the speedometer cable. Very nice car. I don't see any seepage or leaks or anything so far. Nothing is apparent. Nice looking car. The floor pans, wow, the floor pans on this vehicle appear to be original. It's hard to tell. If they have been replaced, someone's really done an exemplary job of replacing them, because I can't tell you that they have been. It really looks good. All the spot welds and pinch welds, everything are still on the rocker panels, both sides. Subframe connectors in the front. No marks. A little kind of a jack mark right here, a little tiny one. Nothing there. Another little tiny one here from being jacked up through the years. Other than that, I can't see anything. New U-joint, drive shaft. The subframe, the floor structural supports underneath the convertibles, which are a lot more stout than what you have on the coupes. This is all intact the way it was originally. No one's made any attempt to jack it up on these areas either. As you can see, none of them have any dents or marks whatsoever on them. Really a great looking car so far. I don't see anything that's been replaced. It looks to me as a rust-free car so far. If someone's done this, they've done it beyond my capability to determine it. It looks very, very nice and very professionally done if it was. Someone has rerouted the fuel line. It should be inside the frame there. However, they had added a set of really stout-looking subframe connectors that try to make a full perimeter frame out of a subframe car. I've never seen a set like this before. This is a pretty heavy-duty set. Most of them come just to the very front of the subframes in the rear, so you have about a 2.5–3 foot section of tubing that connects the two. This comes clean up and wraps around to where it starts up around the curvature that goes up around the rear axle. So they're a pretty stout set of subframe connectors. Never saw a set like that, but that's the heaviest set I've ever seen in my life. Convertible, so maybe it needs them. It's a really good looking car so far. Let's do the other half now and see what we can find on it. Okay, our 2 1/8 inch pipes transitioned into 2 Flowmaster mufflers, and as you can see, the entire exhaust system on this vehicle is absolutely as new, including the header system, which is a high temp coated. Brake lines This brake line has been replaced, but it is a new line from front to rear. Parking brakes are not operable. I don't know why they didn't hook them up, but they are not hooked up for one reason or another. Subframes in the rear don't have any marks on them from being jacked up through the years. It does have a multi-leaf rear suspension in it. The let's see here. The trunk area appears really, really nice in this vehicle. I don't really see anything that's been disrupted on it. Kind of a little bit of a tiny, tiny crease on the original gas tank in here. It's not a replacement tank. It is the original. Again, the multi-leaf springs have a nice curvature to them. Fore and aft air shocks on this vehicle. They are staggered the way they should be. Also for an SS vehicle, it does have a 12-bolt heavy-duty Chevy rear end in it, though. It absolutely does have a 12-bolt. Gives every indication, from what I can see under here, to being a real SS car. I don't make a representation that it is, but there's a good possibility that it could be. Tailpipes appear to be about 2-inch going out the back, going into two exhaust tips that transition out through the undercarriage of the rear fascia on the vehicle. Lines for the air shocks look good. There's no problems there. All the lines to the rear end, the brake system is all fresh hardware. Drum brakes in the back, discs of course in the front. The drop downs in the quarter panels are really, really nice. I don't see any place I really don't see any place that's anything that's been replaced. If it has been, it's been really done to a degree that you can't tell that it was done. Very, very nice, solid car underneath. No rust, no perforations anywhere. Very few imperfections. A couple little jack marks on the front part of the subframes. Normal usage through the years. We don't have anything that's peeing oil all over the floor. It's a nice looking car underneath. We're going to take it for a test right now and see what it runs like.